The Kim Dynasty. There is a country you cannot leave, a place where you cannot speak freely, and where even the wrong thought can have consequences. North Korea has been controlled by one family for more than 75 years. Kim Il-sung built the system, Kim Jong-il continued it, and Kim Jong-un maintains it today. 3 generations shaping an entire nation under one continuous grip. But this control goes far beyond politics. An estimated 100,000 to 200,000 people are held in political labor camps known as kwanliso. And they are not there for typical crimes. Some are sent there for listening to foreign music. Others because a relative said something considered disloyal. And some simply because they were born into the wrong family. The punishment does not stop with one person. It extends across generations. Children, grandchildren, entire family lines can disappear together. Then there is the constant display of loyalty. Citizens are expected to bow to portraits of the Kim family, to show public grief, to demonstrate belief. Children are taught this from a very young age. For many, it becomes the only version of reality they know. Even within the ruling family, control is absolute. Kim Jong-un removed his own uncle from power and later had him put to death. His half-brother was killed in 2017 using a toxic substance. This is not just leadership. It is total control over nearly every aspect of life. The Manson family. He never carried out the acts himself. That was intentional. Charles Manson was not a typical leader. He was not successful, not famous, and spent much of his life in prison. Yet somehow, he was able to influence people so deeply that they acted on his behalf. In the summer of 1969, his followers entered a home in Los Angeles. In one night, 5 people lost their lives. Among them was Sharon Tate, 8 months pregnant. Manson did not rely on weapons. He relied on people, especially those who felt lost, runaways, teenagers, individuals searching for purpose. He offered them something they were missing: belonging, meaning, a sense of identity. Then, gradually, he reshaped how they saw the world. Step by step, he replaced their reality with his own narrative. He convinced them they were part of something larger, that violence would trigger change, that they had a role to play in a bigger plan. What made Manson dangerous was not fear. It was influence. He was charismatic. His followers did not act out of fear. They acted out of belief. Even years later, some continued to defend him. He took people searching for direction and turned them into instruments of his ideas. The Borgia family power has always been vulnerable to corruption. The Borgias turned it into a strategy. In 15th century Italy, Rodrigo Borgia became Pope Alexander VI. Instead of guiding the church, he used it to expand his family's influence. An institution meant to represent morality became a tool for personal ambition. Their methods were rarely loud. They were calculated, precise, often invisible. Their most well-known method was poison. Quietly delivered, slowly effective. Opponents did not disappear instantly. They faded away without drawing attention. His son Cesare went even further. Strategic, cold, uncompromising. His approach impressed Niccolò Machiavelli, who later used him as a model for the prince. The Borgias did not debate their rivals. They removed them. And that efficiency is what made them so powerful. To this day, their name represents influence that operates behind the scenes. The Cray twins. Most criminals try to stay hidden. The Crays chose visibility. Ronnie and Reggie Cray controlled East London during the 1950s and 60s. They ran clubs, organized gambling, and built systems of protection payments. But what made them different was their public presence. They were known, featured in newspapers, seen at high-profile events, connected to celebrities, musicians, and even politicians. Violence and glamour existed side by side. Ronnie was unpredictable and openly aggressive. Reggie appeared more controlled, which often made him even more dangerous. Together, they built influence through reputation, presence, and fear. In 1969, both were sentenced to life in prison, but their story did not fade. Some places forget their past, others turn it into legend. The Romanov dynasty. Not every disaster is caused by cruelty. Some are caused by inaction. The Romanovs ruled Russia for over 300 years. When Nicholas II came to power, he inherited one of the largest empires in the world. But size does not guarantee stability. The country was under pressure. People were starving. Conflicts drained resources. Public dissatisfaction continued to grow. Warnings came from many directions, but meaningful action never followed. During this time, Rasputin gained influence within the royal family. A man with no official position began affecting major decisions. Trust in leadership weakened even further. By 1917, the situation reached a breaking point. Revolution followed. The system collapsed. In 1918, Nicholas II and his family were killed. The Romanovs were not remembered for extreme cruelty, but for failing to act when it mattered most. The Habsburg dynasty. They did not rely solely on armies to build power. They used strategy, alliances, and time. For centuries, the Habsburg family expanded their influence through carefully arranged marriages. They connected themselves to powerful families across Europe: Spain, Austria, Hungary, the Netherlands. Their goal was clear: keep power within the bloodline. But maintaining control required more than alliances. Institutions like the Spanish Inquisition enforced conformity. Those who did not follow the approved system faced serious consequences. Beyond Europe, their expansion had lasting effects. In the Americas, entire civilizations collapsed. Millions of people were forced into labor or displaced. The Habsburgs built a system that appeared stable on the surface, but relied heavily on control beneath it. The Medici family. They shaped one of the most influential cultural periods in history, while controlling it from within. The Medici family dominated Florence during the Renaissance, a time known for art, innovation, and progress. They supported artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. They funded architecture and cultural development that still exists today. But behind this support was strategy. They influenced political outcomes, guided elections, placed allies in key positions, and when necessary, they removed opposition. In 1478, the Pazzi conspiracy attempted to overthrow them. Lorenzo de' Medici survived. His brother did not. The response was immediate. Those responsible were found and publicly punished. The Medici became a symbol of beauty and advancement, but also of quiet control behind the scenes. The Rothschild family. They did not rely on military strength. They controlled something more fundamental: finance. In the late 18th century, Meyer Amschel Rothschild created a system that was far ahead of its time. He placed his sons in key financial centers across Europe: London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt. This created a network capable of moving information and capital faster than most governments. They financed nations, infrastructure, and large-scale projects. In times of conflict, they were often a central source of funding. Their influence did not come from direct control, but from determining where resources flowed. It is important to separate fact from fiction. Many conspiracy theories about the family are false and harmful. The real story is less dramatic, but still powerful. You don't need to control everything in Yumensun. If you control how everything works,